Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game preview, another special Kickstarter preview. And today I'm very excited to check out Cosmic Run Mining Colony from Dr. Finn's Games. This is for 1 or 2 players, taking about 30 minutes to play, and it's for ages 14 plus. And in Cosmic Run Mining Colony, you have your own mining colony on Mars, and you are going to be building stuff on there. It's a Tetris-y style game where you're going to be essentially auctioning, trying to have the highest bid in order to get the pieces you want for your mining colony, which are going to be ships and people and gems, and you're going to have to position them in just the right position so you'll be able to unlock victory points in the form of different buildings and some other buildings which will help you score victory points at the end of the game. It's a light, simple, family-style game. Let's open it up and I'll show you how it plays. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Cosmic Run Mining Colonies. Before we get started, I do want to mention this is the promotional copy I have in front of me. Take everything you see here with a grain of salt. Obviously, these are not your final rules, and in fact, I don't know how to play the solo game or have any of the variants in here. But the rule booklet that I did get is 12 pages, double-sided, full color, full of pictures, illustrations, examples. Very well done. Should have you up and running in no time at all. They do a really nice job summarizing everything here on the right side of the page. I really like how they did that. But in Mining Colony, it's a really simple game in which you are going to be building your own mining colony and trying to have the best mining colony over your opponent over here, which will either be, I'm assuming, an automated thing with cards or, obviously, a human opponent. You're going to do that by collecting these resources out here. In every round you're going to play, there's really 2 phases to each round. You're going to bid on something and then place them, and then bid on something and then place them again using your cards you have right here. But I'll explain all that a little bit later. Let's talk about the setup first. So first, everyone's going to have their little player board right here. This is where you're going to be able to start from the bottom, so you have some spots already filled in, and these spots are really the heart of the game. So right over here, we're going to have where you're going to put people. So whenever you see one of these spots, you're going to be able to put bloop, people on there. These ones are going to hold gems, and the gems are going to be able to get you points in a variety of different ways by building science stations, but I'll talk a little bit about that later. And last but not least, this is where your aircrafts are going to go, because you're going to be able to put your little aircrafts there. Now, there's also 2 other things we haven't talked about, which are these 2 buildings right here. And these are a great way to get points, especially this one right here. So how it works is, if you can have, let's just see, actually this would kind of be perfect right here. This right there. So let's just say that I was able to get a person, a ship on here, and a person in here. Then what I'd be able to do is build myself the red outpost here. And there's only 1 red outpost in the entire game. Now, why is it good to build that red outpost? Because let's talk about the scoring. And the scoring is going to be randomized at the beginning. But the person who has the most blue structures is going to get 2 points. The most red, 2 points. Black, 1 point. The most of the fancy structures, just in general, 3 points. Then over here, if you're the first person to build these different science buildings, you're going to get a variety of points. And why I said this would actually be perfect is because I could also put gems right here. So let's just say I put a purple gem here and a purple gem there. Well, that means that now in the middle, boom, I would have the purple science station, which would immediately give me 3 points, which is a big chunk of points, as you can see. So that's how you're going to do points at the end of the game. But there also is the aspect of you have to fill your board. Every spot on your board that is not filled up is going to be -1 point. It's one of those style games. So you can really, really want to kind of focus on filling up your board. So this is your main starting area here. You're also going to have like a little holding area where you can hold 1 gem, 1 ship, and 1 person, and you can use those whenever you want later on. You can put things from here to there, but not vice versa. So next we're going to have a whole bunch of these tiles right here. You're going to randomize them at the beginning. There's 5 stacks, and when you actually put them in the right direction, it does create kind of like a Mars silhouette background, which is actually kind of cool. So I did like that. We have the 5 cards over here, which you're going to be bidding on, and I've already got the first round set up, but this is what you're going to do at the beginning of every round. You're going to deal out all the different things to the 4 different spots, and now I can pretty much show you the 2 main phases of the game. So the first phase is you're going to be bidding on Zone 1 and Zone 2. So you're going to pick one of your cards, you're going to play it down, and then you are going to see who has the highest number. So as I said, this is like an absolutely spectacular spot for me, so I'm actually going to be bidding to 10 here. I want to make sure I win this and lock it down, but here's the risk. What happens when you get a tie? Well, there's an arrow over here and an arrow over there. So this particular round, during phases 1 and 2, when we're bidding on zone 1 and 2, he has the tiebreaker. When we're bidding on 3 and 4, I have the tiebreaker. So I'm hoping he doesn't lay down a 10. We're just going to do it randomly. He played a 7. So these cards would stay in front of you for the time being. They're about to go away later. And now I get to decide whichever one of these I want. And obviously, I really want this one. That is an outstanding tile. And I have to start by placing it touching this one down here. So it's really good because it essentially immediately gives me 4 points. But also, it's going to allow me to potentially build exactly what I want to do. And then I also get myself a purple gem. And you know what? I'm going to hold off, and I'm just going to put that in my gem holding area, because while I would love to get this one right here and get myself another purple gem, I'm not guaranteed to do that. So I'm just going to put this one right there to hold it for now. And yes, you can put gems and various different things on the bottom row right there. So the next person over here, he got this one, which is not a bad one. He would probably just plop it right there, and then he'd put these guys into his holding area. Maybe he'd put one on his board. Actually, at this phase of the game, it probably is in his best interest to just hold on to it, because you can always take him from here and put him in there. And then that, oh, and he's got the green. So he'll put the green right there. So that would be the end of that phase. And then we move on to the next phase, where once again, these cards now go away. Poop. And we're going to lay out another card. So he just randomly lays out that card right here. And I'm looking at both of these and deciding what I want. I really want that purple gem, because I would love to lock down that 3 points. Yeah. So I'm probably going to go pretty hard on that one, too, maybe. Maybe we'll go with a solid... I have the tiebreaker. I know he doesn't have a 7, so I'll use my 8. So the only thing that's going to beat me is a 9 or a 10, so I'll lay down my 8. He lays down a 5, and I got exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a purple gem right there. I'm going to put a purple gem right there. I'm going to lock that bad boy down, so that's spectacular. Then I have these things to work with as well, and I'm not particularly happy about this little tile right here, because there's no spectacular spot for that tile to go that I see. But forward planning, we'll put it right there. Yeah, we'll put it right there. That looks like a decent enough spot. And this guy would come over here and he'd take a look at what he's got. Now he's actually got a black guy and a black ship. That is spectacular, because hopefully now he can do, yep, he can place this in a couple different places. I think he'll place it just right here. Oh, wait, no, like that. So he places it like that. Can you even see that? I'm a noob. So I'll place it like that. Now, why he does that is because now he can place his black dude into the biodome. He can place his black ship onto the landing pad, and that allows him to automatically build, boom, the big black outpost pod. So that's good for him as well. Plus, he still has this green gem and this yellow gem, and wow, he's in a super good position, because he can put a green gem here, put a green gem here, and he just locked up that, and I actually feel like but the good news is he only gets 1 point for that, whereas I got 3 for the purple. So I did have a good reason for rushing out to that. And then, you know what? The red's already there. Take the yellow gem, hold on to that. He can use it later. These cards go away, and then we rinse, wash, and repeat. We get ourselves a new card to go out there. So as we could see, we'd be putting out that one right there, and a red guy, which doesn't really interest me that much. This one has a green and a purple gem, and then one of these. That one would have the big 4, which I'm sure would be pretty popular, because the big ones are really good at filling up the space, because remember, they take away... Oh, and he had this red guy too. Oh, he doesn't have a biodome. He doesn't have an extra biodome. So this is actually a good example. He doesn't have an extra biodome to put this dude in, and he already has a dude right there, which means this, poop, it's gone. It's out of the game. Bummer for that guy. And then down here we have a blue and a black, which actually, yeah, that would definitely be something that I would try to go for, because I already have a blue, which means I could potentially build that blue outpost, and then whiten one white gem down here, and then that. So now we've replenished the board, and we once again just play out of cards, and you're going to do that. You're just going to do that until you run out of cards, so you're going to be playing over the course of 5 rounds. At the end of those 5 rounds, once you have built everything that you're going to build, you refer over here to see who gets these little scoring tiles, and you can just nicely hand them to them and say, oh, there's your points. And then you're going to tally up how many empty spaces you have on your board, those will get you -1. Whoever has the most points will be the winner of Cosmic Run Mining Colony. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Cosmic Run Mining Colony from Dr. Finn's Game. Coming to a Kickstarter near you very, very soon. I'll be sure to post that Kickstarter link down below. It looks like it might be your cup of tea. Be sure to check that one out. Now, I also want to give you fair warning that normally when I do a Kickstarter preview, that means that I don't actually recommend the game. And people who support my channel, they know I'm very adamant about that, but there are some special exceptions, this game being one of them. I will tell you, breaking the fourth wall, that I actually really enjoyed this game as a light, simple, family weight 2-player game. And if you're looking at that like this, if you're looking at this game for that purpose, then I definitely think you might want to check this out. The reason why I'm giving it a preview instead of a full review is because I haven't had a chance to play the different variable ways you can play the game, because there's supposed to be some in the back of the rule booklet, and also having a chance to play the solo game, which, considering it's a 1 or 2-player game, and I actually think this would be a very rock-solid solo game. I'm excited to see how they do that. I'm going to hold off on giving a review, because I think actually the review would be better than what I'm giving it now, because I haven't had a chance to play those, and I think they are going to work very well within the confines of the game mechanisms. So, Cosmic Run Mining Colony, if it looks like it might be your cup of tea, if you're in the market for a lighter, family weight 2-player game, and yes, I definitely think you can teach this to a kid, say, 8, 9, 10 years old, no problem whatsoever, because I did play it with some kids in my class, this might be one you want to check out. So there you go. If you enjoyed this preview, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. If you want to support the channel, click on that Amazon Associates link in the show notes. Buy anything on Amazon, it throws a couple pennies my way. It really does help support the channel. And in the comments below, let me know, would you like to live on Mars? So I can say, here you go. I can get you a house, never have to work again, no bills. We even have Wi-Fi up there, but there's 5,000 people up there. There's nothing cool to do up there, you know, aside from like some convenience stores and some get-togethers. It's kind of like Stardew Valley. Just imagine Stardew Valley a little bit if you play that game, where it's a really bare-bones town, and once you've lived there for a couple of years, you will have done everything in the town. But you never have to pay bills again, you never have to work again, and I can guarantee I can get you there and your family there safely, and you will not die going there. Would you take that opportunity? That's a tough one. For me personally, I have Wi-Fi. I have board games. It's gonna be nearly impossible to review things. I would have to start reviewing board game apps, because, you know, obviously no one's gonna pay the shipping for that. Hey, maybe somebody would. Maybe somebody would. Yeah, I would. I think I would. I think it'd be really cool. And I think being one of the first families ever on Mars would be really stinking awesome, and it'd be a unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And there's also the hope that, you know, maybe the technology is going to hit some sort of quantum leap in your lifetime, or be like, oh yeah, now you can go back to Earth, no problem. Take you like 3 days to get there. All you got to do is jump in this pod or go through the chimney. Maybe we discover magic, muggles, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Would you go to Mars with that opportunity? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.